Hey guys, it's Sydney here. I am going to show you guys how to make gratitude cards today. Gratitude is a great way to make yourself feel a bit better. When times are hard, it can be really good to remember the important things, the important people in your life. So this is a great way to remember those important people and show them how much you care about them. This one says, I love you, and I wrote it for my mom. I haven't written the note yet, but on the inside is where you'll write the message. This one says thanks, and I'm going to write it for my friend. So those are two examples, but we're going to make another one together right now. So I have a just piece of printer paper. You can also use like notebook paper or construction paper if you want. Anything like that, I think is a great option. And then I have crayons, but you can use markers, colored pencils, whatever you like to color with best. I like to use crayons because they're usually not as messy. So I made mine kind of small. You can make them big if you want, like this big, but what I did was I just ripped my paper in half, like this. I folded it once this way, and then if you fold it along the line the other way, it makes it easier to rip. And then just rip down the middle. And then now you have this piece of paper. It's a little messed up, but you can also use scissors. So that is another option. You could just cut your paper in half. Then you will fold your card over hamburger style like this, and now you have your card. So next you're gonna decorate. I have a few extra sheets just under it, just so I don't draw on my table. So that's a good option as well. I am going to put some music on in the background, and let's start decorating. Let's pick something a little bit more fun. There we go. Okay. So I think I'm gonna draw a rainbow on mine. I'm gonna make this for another one of my friends. So draw whatever you like. If you like drawing puppies, you can do that. If you like drawing, on this one I just did hearts, or even on this one I just did the words, and then I have a sun and some stars. It can be whatever you want. Be creative. How's it going, everybody? It's going all right for me. My rainbow is coming together. I'm on the last color. Let's see, that one ended. I will start another one. Okay. So I'm done with mine. Keep going if you are not done with yours. So I drew one then that says I miss you, and I drew my little rainbow. And then on the inside I wrote, I miss getting to spend time with you, love Sydney. So I'm going to send that to a friend that I haven't seen in a while. You could write it to your parents, teachers, other friends, anybody at school, or maybe you are on a soccer team and some of your soccer teammates. There are tons of options, so make as many cards as you want and you can deliver them, and I think they will make some people's days. So have a great one, and I will see you soon. Bye!
Hey friends, it's Ashton and welcome to my backyard. If you're bored and have run out of crafting supplies, no worries, you have come to the right place. All you need to do is go outside, and warning, this craft is messy. So this craft is pretty easy and simple, but it's super fun because we're doing mud painting. All you're gonna need is some mud. So I got a cup and a rock and I scraped some dirt into it. And of course, to make mud, you need dirt and water. So here I have a cup of water. Now, if you want to get super crafty and creative, you can get some food coloring and dye our muds in different colors so you have some variety. And you're gonna want a stick. I couldn't find a stick in my yard, which is weird. So I just went up to our garden and got this mold stick, which is gonna work perfectly fine. You're gonna need your paper for your art to be displayed on. And then whatever creativity utensils you want to use. Now you could use your fingers and just do some finger painting. I found some stuff in my yard I'm going to try to use. I found some really dry grass and this dandelion. Or you could just go inside and get a paintbrush. Whatever you want. So let's get to it. First thing we're going to need to do for mud painting is making mud. So you're going to take your dirt and you're going to pour some water into it. Now you're going to have to play with your water to dirt ratio for however smooth or chunky you want your mud to be. Mine is pretty runny right now, so I'm going to go ahead and put some food coloring in. Now my dirt is just plain old brown, which brown can be great. I want something a little more exciting. Now, I don't know about you guys, but some of my friends don't have brown dirt. I live in Missouri, so all of our dirt is brown. But I have family in Oklahoma, and their dirt is red, which I think is super awesome. I wonder what your guys' dirt color is. Do you have red or brown dirt, or maybe black dirt? Okay, it's starting to turn green. So that's it. Now I can get to painting. I think I'm gonna use my mixing stick. And I'm going to write my name. Now I use green food coloring, and it's kind of a really dark green, a very earthy green, if you will. Beautiful! I wonder what my friends are making and what they're painting with. Oh, there you go. Let's get some splatter paint going on. Splatter paint's the best. Ta-da! There it is! Paint-free painting! This is super easy. I had a blast. I hope you guys have fun with it, and thanks for coming!
Hi guys, it's Sam again, and now I have an arts and crafts activity for you. So today we're going to be making a s'mores. So the things that you're going to need are a paper plate, dark brown construction paper, light brown construction paper, 9 jumbo popsicle sticks. If you don't have jumbo ones, that's fine, but you still need 9. Some paintbrushes, some glue, some scissors, and you're going to need black paint, white paint, and pink paint. Okay, so now let's get started. So the first thing you're going to need to do is glue your popsicle sticks together. So to do this, you're going to lay 7 out flat up against each other, like this. So you're going to have 2 left. So these two you're going to glue on like this. Okay, so here's my glue. I'm just going to put some on here. And then you're going to flip this over upside down and stick it on here so that there's a little popsicle stick left over on the top and a little on the bottom. So then you're going to do the same thing with your other one. Put some glue on. And then you're going to flip it over and stick it on here. So this does take some time to dry, and you want to make sure it is completely dry before you continue with the next steps. So I already have one that is dry. So here's my dry one. So you're going to lay it so that your two sticks that you glued on are on the bottom. So you want the flat part on top. So now you need to get your paint ready. So you're going to need the white the most. You can put your paint on your paper plate. And I put the most white because that's what you're going to use the most of. And then you're going to do a little bit of pink. And a little bit of black. So I have 3 different paintbrushes so that I don't have to wash them in between colors. But if you have one paintbrush, then you can just rinse it in water and dry it off and then use the same paintbrush for all 3 colors. Just rinse it in between. Okay, so I'm going to take my white and I'm just going to paint the flat part. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can leave some brown showing. Okay, so now I have it painted. I'm going to set this aside and let it dry a little bit. And I'm going to set my paint and my paintbrush aside. So you're going to need to cut about 2 inches wide of the brown, just so that it fits onto your popsicle sticks. So you need 1 strip of the dark brown, and then you're going to cut 1 long one of the light brown. And then we're going to cut it in half so that it's 2. So there's about half. So now I have all 3 of my pieces. So now I'm going to take my popsicle sticks that are glued together. And the first part I'm going to glue on is the dark brown, and it's going to go on your bottom part. So I'm going to put some glue on. And you want to put the dark brown so that it does not cover up your 2 end pieces because the light brown will. So then you're going to put some glue on top of the dark brown and place your light brown piece on top of there so that it covers those 2 pieces of the popsicle stick so you can't see them. Okay, with the other light brown, you're going to take that and place that on the top of yours. So mine is probably going to be upside down for you. So it's going to look like this. This is your bottom. So you have your dark brown and then your light brown on top. And then you also have a light brown on top of your popsicle sticks too. So now you're going to take your paint again. And you're going to make eyes and a mouth and little cheeks for it. So I just took a little bit of black and made some eyes. And then a mouth, and you can make your mouth however you want. And then you just take a little bit of pink and make some cheeks. You don't have to use the pink for the cheeks. You don't have to make cheeks on yours at all. It's up to you. Okay, so then there's your s'more. And then you just let it dry.